Don't leave me hanging. It's go time.
Hey everybody, this is Josh, and here we have a game between LiquidRet, the blue Zerg on the bottom left of Xel'Naga Caverns, and his opponent today is oGsMC. He's playing on the communal OGS account because they are playing on the North American server for some reason. But this is game 1 in a best of 5 of the StarCraft 2 Kaspersky New Year's Invitational. So, I'm going to go ahead and preface this best of 5 series with a statement. You may have already seen these games. You either watched them live when they were actually cast, or you may have seen them on Blizz Shouter or Crota's channel. He did these games very quickly, whereas I cast the entire quarterfinals and semifinals, and I'm going to do the third place match and finals and everything. I want to do all the games. He just grabbed this series. Hopefully it's a good one, and you may have seen them. Just throwing that out there. I have not seen them though, so I'm going to go ahead and get into casting now. MC is sending that first scouting probe after building that first pylon, a la Huck. Both players do this pretty much every single game, Huck and MC. LiquidRet actually playing on his own account for once. We've seen several games in this tournament where OGS players have had to borrow LiquidRet's account. It's a little confusing when LiquidRet is being played by a Terran player, for example, because I've never seen Ret play anything other than Zerg in StarCraft 2. MC probably going to be slamming down a gateway. No, actually going Forge first here. Interesting stuff. So we'll see if this probe down here actually throws down a pylon to try and do some tricky cannoning, or if he's just planning to do some sort of Forge fast expand. Although, if he was doing Forge fast expand, he probably would have built that pylon here and the Forge here rather than up at the top of his base. So it looks like he is going to be doing some offensive cannoning. Ret sees this very quickly with a well-placed Overlord, so he is not going to be taken by surprise. His spawning pool is nearly done. He actually did not go hatch first on Xel'Naga Caverns, so he might actually be prepared against this. We'll see what he's able to do. Get some Lings and Queen out very quickly to deal with that. MC actually has an idle probe, which is a terrible thing to have this early in the game when every mineral counts, especially if you're doing a cannon build. You need every probe that you can get to be mining. But MC, his probe is locked out now, and actually he might be able to still squeak by this top area, but we'll see what he's able to do. He's getting that first cannon built to prevent Ret from expanding right away, but Ret is getting a Roach Warren very quickly. He doesn't really seem to be too deterred by this right now. MC actually just used a trick right there where you can build a cannon, the probe gets squeezed between the cannon and this pylon and actually comes out on the other side, and then he just cancels the cannon for a slight mineral loss in order to get that probe back in here. And he has not seen the Roach Warren. What's the point of getting your probe in if you're not going to see everything? He's scared the Zerglings or a Queen are going to be popping out at any moment, and the Queen is actually already out, so I don't think MC is going to be heading in there again to find this Roach Warren, so he could actually be taken by surprise, even though he did that trick with the intent purpose of getting that scouting probe in there. Only a single cannon done here, so it means he's pretty much switched gears. He's got his first gateway up now and a cybernetics core coming. He's got 2 gas, so he may be doing some early transition away from gateways. We'll see once that cybernetics core is finished. But he may or may not place a pylon. No, now he knows that Ret has these roaches. Ret is actually going up to a lair very quickly as well. He skipped Zergling speed altogether. He's just going to be using these roaches to take out these pylons. He doesn't even know where these cannons are. He only sees the one here with this Overlord, so actually he does see everything. This Overlord's vision is just massive, so he's going to see this other pylon coming down as well. But he can safely take out these 2 pylons, get his roaches out, and attack this pylon from the right side over here and be fine. This Overlord, this initial scouting Overlord, is just now reaching the base of MC. It's going to be able to see these 2 gateways and single cybernetics core. Was that Forge upgrading weapons? I'm going to look in just a second. I want to see these roaches take out this cannon. This seems like a very peculiar strategy for MC. I don't think I've seen him do this very much. He did not get those +1 weapons, so really that cannon delay was just not very much of a delay at all. He didn't even use that time to expand himself. He is now just going into a 4-gate. Ret is expanding now without really any problems. He's got a decent size of force of roaches here already heading to MC's base, so MC could very well be in trouble. He's got no cannons up of his own, only has 1 Zealot and 1 Stalker here to defend against these 6 roaches. Now he has a 2nd Stalker. He's going to have to get warp gates there, chrono boosted out. Oh, 1 roach does go down, that one that was in the red. Good targeting by MC. Ret just bouncing now back and forth between these tier 1 units here. Warp gates are now finished, and he does have 3 warp gates now, so he can warp in 3 Stalkers to help defend, and he does exactly that. So these Roaches of Ret are actually going to be either retreating or dying here. We'll see which one Ret is able to do. That lair should be finished by now, and yes, it actually is. Roach speed has not been started yet. Another Roach does go down to these Stalkers. MC actually pursuing them and actually able to kill all those Roaches without losing a Stalker himself. So MC now takes the upper hand. Warp Gate tech finished at the perfect time, and he's able to get all these Stalkers out to defend his main. Natural hatchery now complete. He's got wow, a lot of Lings now. He switched gears from Roaches to Lings, although he is getting speed for both of those units. What is he going to be building with this Spire, though? We'll see if he adds another additional tech, if he goes towards Spire or Infestors or something like that. Spire might not be too bad of an option against these 4 gates here. Burrow, of course, would actually be very helpful, since MC does not have a robotics facility built and will not have any detection aside from cannons, and it would cost him a lot of minerals to be able to get enough cannons to cover a good enough range to defend against burrowing Roaches. But Red, that seemed to be a very poorly calculated maneuver there. He could have just sent 1 Zergling in to see that this Nexus was building. Instead, he manages to lose a lot of Lings to these force fields here, and MC is going to be glad to take those additional units away from Ret. Roach speed should be finishing any second now. It looks like a lot of Lings are already running around with their speed upgrade. These Roaches now moving as well up the map. Stops by the Xel'Naga Tower just to see what's going on here. Looks like MC is content with his army of Sentry, Stalker, and a couple of Zealots here to start moving towards Ret's base. So they are going to meet up in the middle of the map, and actually neither side wants to commit to this fight just yet. Ret actually has a lot of Roaches here. MC is behind in supply by about 11 supply, so we'll see what Ret is able to do. If we look at income, MC has actually been ahead this entire time. Ret is not mining any gas right now. He's dumping all of it into Zerglings and Overlords. All these Roaches, looks like Ret was pretty much banking on these Roaches doing a lot of damage. Of course, these Sentries are going to prevent a lot of damage with some well-placed force fields, so MC, even though he's at a supply disadvantage, he won't be for long if he can continue picking off units like that without sacrificing any of his own. More Lings showing up now. Ret building 18 Zerglings, switch back to income, still no drones on gas at all. He's got all 25 Harvesters on minerals. MC continues to build Harvesters from both Nexus here, and he's probably going to take a slight advantage here soon. Void Ray coming out now from the Stargate, and +1 ground weapons for this large tier 1 force he's got out front. It's going to be, you know, good for MC when that Void Ray comes out, and Ret has no anti-air at all. If you look at that production tab, he still is not even building any Spire or any Queens or anything like that. We'll see what this Void Ray is able to do. Ret, in the meantime, though, is attacking this natural. He's able to kill off a lot of probes. Looks like some Stalkers and Zealots went down as well. Ret still has the supply advantage, but now this Void Ray is here, charging up on this first Roach. He'll be able to just quickly turn and shoot down some other stuff here. Ling's just sitting idle here in the back. Not good for Ret. He's going to have to focus fire a lot better if he's going to be able to do anything with this attack. If you look at the mini-map, he is reinforcing constantly with tons of Zerglings coming up, and MC's losing a lot of probes there, but he's still at 40. And if you look at supply, Ret and MC are essentially even here. Ret actually losing the bulk of his army. If he can kill this Nexus, it'll be a great pickup for him, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it. Yes, with these reinforcing Lings, he is able to take out that Nexus, so MC crippled by that attack, but Ret loses essentially his entire army. Now all he's got left are a few Lings. We'll switch back to production to see what he's doing to prepare for these Void Rays. Looks like a Hydralisk den is now being built. Don't see Hydralisks as much as you used to, obviously, because Roach range, but they're still a very good anti-air unit. No Spore Crawler is available because there is no Evolution Chamber, so the only anti-air that Ret's going to be trying to get is Hydralisks for the time being. This Void Ray has 11 kills already. We just saw him kill an Overlord there, but Ret has more than enough Overlords around the map to stay above that supply cap. And another OV goes down. This one probably going to be going down as well, but as you can see in the top right, Ret is not going to be stopped by that. Now sending some Lings here again at this Nexus that's starting to build for the second time. These Lings actually aren't able to get us around or anything. Looks like they're just going to back off for now. This Void Ray still cruising around looking for some more Overlords to kill. The bulk of them are actually on the right side of the map near MC's base. The more Void Rays coming out. A second Void Ray here completing for MC. I'm surprised he actually doesn't have more than that by now. An Immortal coming out to help destroy these roaches that Rhett continues to build. Void Ray is now under attack by 3 queens. The Hydralisk Den should be done. Yes, now Hydralisks are complete and their range is being upgraded. 3 more Hydras being built currently. Void Ray is going to be warded off by just those queens. Zergling's not really able to do anything. Another Void Ray is now out, marauding around. There's only 2 Void Rays though. It looks like MC forced a tech switch out of Rhett, and now he is going to just build lots of tier 1 units again. He's got +1 upgrades. Did he ever go for +2? No, he has not. He needs that Twilight Council if he's going to be doing that. Instead, he's just focusing a lot of his resources on getting this main, or this natural expansion back up and running. Void Ray's still cruising around. This one with 0 kills, this one with 15 now. An observer out for MC is going to be able to see everything that's going on. Nothing that he doesn't know already, except for potentially this evolution chamber, and a spire dropped as I was saying that. So if he sees that spire, that'll be a big clue for him on what to start building next. Colossi coming out, or not coming out just yet. Colossi being teched to with this robotics bay, but this third base of Rhett looks like it's going to be shut down by just 2 Void Rays. He gets that cancel there, saves those minerals. All these Hydralisks showing up now, they'll easily be able to take out these 2 Void Rays. On mobility alone, Void Rays are a lot slower than they used to be due to some nerfs from Blizzard. And they're just going to loop around, hang out with each other. No new Void Rays coming, so I'm not sure what MC is planning to do with those. With the amount of queens and Hydralisks that Rhett has now, it's going to be very difficult to be able to do any damage at all with them. Rhett is sitting at 104 supply now, but MC is up to 114. Let's see how many gateways he's up to now. Still only 4. Single robotics facility ready to get some extended thermal lance Colossi out soon. Zerglings run in, try and get some probe kills, but really he's just baiting MC's army. Looks like MC is fed up with that. He's going to start moving across the middle of the map again. He's going to take a little pit stop at the Xel'Naga Tower to see what he can. And ooh, this front is very not defended. Fortunately for Rhett, there's not really anything there except for a single queen that is going to go down and some creep tumors, but this observer is in place over Rhett's third base. Rhett knows that this is coming, obviously, as he just lost that queen and that Zergling at the Xel'Naga Tower, so he's got all of his Hydralisks and Roaches there to defend. MC is going to have to do some decision making now. Rhett actually doing a Zergling run by up here in the top. He's going straight for that robotics facility, but I'm not sure what he's going to be able to accomplish with that. Instead, now he turns his attention to the probes, and they should be able to clean this up with the number of probes and zealots that are there, and he actually does. A couple of cannons in place at the natural, none in the main, but it's nearly mined out anyway. Second robotics facility is up now. Been watching MC's army on the minimap this whole time just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and instead of continuing with this assault on the third, he just took his whole army home. So Rhett successfully takes that base this time around, but MC still up by 16 workers. You can see the difference. Rhett actually getting way more minerals right here. That's pretty interesting stuff. MC is actually super saturated here at his natural base here, and he's running out of minerals here at his main. So he's got a lot of probes and not really doing a lot of work right now. He's going to have to expand again if he's going to be able to keep up with Rhett. He again pokes his head to the beginning of the creep here, but Rhett is doing a good job keeping creep basically everywhere. These Corruptors are out now to deal with any Colossi that might show up, as well as those Void Rays, obviously. The Corruptors do bonus damage against massive units, though, so Colossi are going to be what they should be focusing on. And Hydralisks are weak against Colossi, but we'll see what actually ends up happening here. Rhett actually uses the Corruption ability. His entire ground force is essentially wiped out there. Only a few Corruptors remaining at all. MC got a huge exchange there. Oh, those Colossi just ripped through those Hydralisks so quickly. All these Zerglings don't really stand a chance now. The Void Rays trying to whittle down these Corruptors, easily going to be able to kill them off. So Rhett losing his entire army there. Unfortunately for him, it was poorly timed attack, his economy was getting to be much better than MC's with this third base successfully taken. So if he could have bought some more time, built up a bigger supply than MC, gotten a little bit better army composition, he possibly could have won this game. That engagement there in the middle near that Xel'Naga Tower basically lost him the game, unfortunately. So we will move into Game 2 of this best-of-5 series. Rhett still has a chance to fight his way back. He's only down 1 game. Let's go see what happens in Game 2.